Okay, we'd like to welcome Tony Finau into the interview room. He's making his 9th career start at the Texas Children's Houston Open. He's our 2022 champion and most recently finished runner-up in 2024. Tony, welcome back. If we can get some comments on being here at Memorial Park again.
Yeah, thank you. I've got great memories here, specifically from 22, winning even though it was in the fall. Same golf course and same area, so I love being here in Houston. Like you said, I'm making my 9th start. That's crazy to say. I don't know a lot of tournaments where I can say I've played that many times, but really nice to be back, especially at a place that you've won and have a pretty good track record. So I like this golf course, I like the area, and look forward to this week.
Obviously, Stephen won last year. You, Scotty, and a host of others finished second. What do you remember about 2024 here?
Yeah, it was an exciting tournament. It was an exciting finish. I think maybe 10 guys had a chance to win the golf tournament with 6-7 holes left, and I just happened to be one of them. And I had a great opportunity on 16 to make birdie. I missed a short putt, and it ended up costing me the tournament. It's one of those things that was, at the time, I remember kind of a hard pill to swallow because I knew I ended up birding 17 and 18, but the putt on 16 was kind of the determining factor for me to not at least post the 12 under, I believe, was the final winning score, and I finished at 11. But a lot of guys had a chance, which makes for an exciting finish, and I think this is the type of golf course that you'll continue to have those types of finishes and maybe have a bunch of great players that have a chance to win.
All right, 8 starts this season. T5 at the Genesis is your best finish of the year. Just comment on your season up to this point.
Yeah, I've played well in most of the elevated events. Haven't played great in some of the other tournaments I've played, but as we lead up to this week, I'm starting to see golf courses that I really like, and that starts here at Memorial Park. Again, I've had, I think, some good success here, and look forward to having that form this week and carry on throughout the season.
All right, awesome. We'll open it up to questions. We'll start with Cameron.
What is one of the big reasons why you think you've had so much success here, especially the last 2 years?
Yeah, I like the look of the golf course. I think as a golfer, a lot of us are very visual players, and there's certain golf courses that just look good to our eyes compared to others. And I would say that this is one that for sure to me looks pretty good to my eyes, and so I'm able to play it, I think, consistently and at least over the last couple years. And then having won somewhere, I think that gives you the extra confidence that you need to know that you've done it on this golf course before, and no matter your form, this is a place that you've won, and obviously you should play well at.
The difference in playing in the fall compared to playing in the spring like it did last year, what was kind of the biggest thing that stood out to you, or what do you remember most about how it played last year compared to when you won in 22?
Yeah, in 22 in the fall, it wasn't overseeded Bermuda, so it was actually a lot firmer. This time of the year, it's a little bit softer, overseeded Bermuda, and so a little bit different conditions. So the golf course actually plays a little bit longer, I would say, this time of the year. But yeah, those are some of the differences. I don't think the grass is as hard to chip off this time of the year because it's not like true Bermuda. So those are some of the things I think that make the golf course different. But overall, I think it plays a little bit longer this time of the year, which is a good thing for me.
You had the 1 week that you filled in on TGL. Just wondering if you tuned in at all to the first round of the championship match last night, or how much you've followed it this year.
Yeah, I've been watching quite a bit of it. I think a lot more than I anticipated I would watch, especially since I played. I really enjoyed my time there, just to fill in for the 1 week for LA Golf Club. And I saw yesterday Atlanta won, and they got another rematch tonight. I think it's the best the best of 3 series. And so I'll probably be tuned in to check that out. A lot of those guys are some of my friends, and fun to see them compete on that stage. And having been there, it's a special place. It's a special venue. It exceeded my expectations, even having watched it, being there in person, and experiencing it was a lot better than I would have ever anticipated. And so for that reason, I definitely continue to watch and follow.
There's already been a lot of talk asking whether people have talked with Rory or whatnot about growth of the league next year. Is that something that, if it was to grow or something, would you definitely be interested in playing more full time? Yeah,
I haven't. I honestly haven't heard anything about it. Growing. I think a lot of us guys on the West Coast would entertain it if they moved the SoFi Center west. It'd be a lot easier for me. It's no secret. I travel with my family, my kids, and they're very important to me. So being with them as often as possible is priority for me. And that's only possible, I think, if they move the SoFi Center out west. So I can't say with a surety that I would entertain it if it was still in West Palm. But I did enjoy my time for the 1 week that I was there.
Okay. Haley?
As your kids are getting into golf and becoming more competitive at that level, what's it like being dad and coach? What's kind of the in-between of being such a knowledgeable player and there to help them?
Yeah, I love being able to coach my son. I love that he loves the game of golf. He's 13 and he's starting to get a work ethic about him, which I really enjoy. And I try to preach to him, no matter how much talent you have, you got to work at it if you're gonna want to be any good. So having some experience in the game, I think, is helpful. But at the end of the day, it's my kid, my son wants to follow in my footsteps, and I just hope that I don't butcher his chances of success and just get in the way. I'm trying to be a father at the same time. I'm trying to be one of the best golfers in the world, and it's definitely a juggling act. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I really enjoy that one of my sons likes to play, and I enjoy trying to be his father and his coach.
Tony, the Astros are kicking off their season this year. I know you're comfortable inside the ropes, but how about throwing out a first pitch?
This will be my first pitch I'll be throwing out on Friday, so I look forward to it. I haven't held a baseball in years, so maybe I should practice over the next couple days. My goal is to not throw it in the dirt. That's pretty much all my friends have told me. If you throw it in the dirt, you never hear the end of it. So I'm going high and hard. So we'll give it a shot on Friday. But I'm really looking forward to that and happy the Astros asked me to do that.
All right. Other question?
Tony, I'm curious if some of the guys throughout the year came and asked you about this course, seeing if you pitched it at all, or because the field seems to be growing every year.
Yeah, I can't say anybody's asked me about the course, but anybody that I can't recall anybody asking me about the course, but anybody that asked me about my schedule, I always make sure they know, I'm playing Houston and it's a good golf course. I feel like this week, and I don't think that there's a better prep golf course leading up to the Masters than Memorial Park. It's a big golf course. I think they try to set it up where it's similar to Augusta National, maybe to have guys play. And I know that was the case many years ago when it was at other golf courses. But I don't think that there's a better course to prepare for something like Augusta National than here. So I think you're going to continue to get great players because of the golf course. And I think all guys have to do is play it once to see for themselves that I think it's a world-class golf course. And it just happens to be public, which is something that I resonate with as well. And I just think it's a great venue, and you'll continue to get great players that come here because of that.
Now, you said you like the area. Things you like about Houston. Everybody seems to say the food, but I'm curious to what you like about it.
Yeah, the food is great here in Houston. The weather usually is pretty good this time of year. This week is going to be hot, which I don't mind. We've had to deal with. We've mostly had really good weather. But being back in Utah this past winter has been pretty cold, so I'm looking forward to some warmer weather. But everything, I think the crowds are great, the people are great, and you can't beat the food in the golf course. So I'll take all of it.
All right, all good. Tony, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.